Hello world, I'm Rich, and it's Rich's World Beer Tour. We're over at Pete's. It's Easter. And Pete's...
on crutches.
Pete took a little tumble the other night, so... And it did involve beer.
Thank you very much for pointing that out to the world
We'll let that...
of Rich's World Beer
We'll
Tour.
let that be. Hey, we're going to do Homebrew Wednesday. People have been asking a little bit about our brewing. We did a ton of brewing in the middle of winter. Froze our stuff off.
Tushies, I think is the nice way to say that.
Brewing in Minnesota in the middle of winter, God, that's tough.
You gotta love brewing.
We're a hardy breed, apparently. We got a couple beers we started back in September, October, and now that it's April, these are just coming due. Thought we'd show you what we're doing. First is a Belgian. Pete's got the recipes and all that, just to share kind of what we did. This one sat in secondary for 3+ months.
Yeah, I think so.
Before we bottled it and let it sit a couple of months.
Yep. Base malts, Cara Munich, some good sugar or brown sugar, corn sugar, and then some real noble hops on top of it. At a variety of different stages to really bring out a lovely, nice flavor to this one.
Now I don't know, this is kind of funny. Does this look browner than normal? It was almost like a ruby red. It's still got that ruby.
There's a little redishness to
Yep.
it.
It's
There
a real
definitely
red. 9.9.
Yep.
9.9% ABV. We tried one the other day. I mean, the smell. We just had an Abbott 12 prior to this.
Yeah.
Pete got that.
Just got to see how it ranks.
Wow, and this is a Belgian dark ale.
Yep.
That we tried to construct, and that's a quad. But the candied
sweetness is
and
definitely
what were the
there.
sugars we put in? We put a ton of sugar in this thing.
Well, it was primarily brown sugar, a soft candied brown sugar, and a corn sugar.
Okay, yeah, that candied sugar. The yeast must have been just absolutely loving it. But not much head. And this is back in the days we weren't as efficient,
Right.
but still 9.9. I think we did okay. The smell is candied sugar, and the taste is very malty.
Sweetness,
and candied sugar. We had someone that said it was cloyingly sweet. I don't know. I don't think this is cloyingly sweet. In fact, there's a bitterness at the end.
That balances that sweetness really well, I think.
It's
Again,
that yin and yang, and of course everybody's got an opinion on their beers. And this was our first pass at a Belgian dark. The only thing, and a couple people gave us some ideas that I really like their idea. If we can work on and this is where you guys could help us out a little bit. A good yeast that would take this beer and add some banana, some of those other...
The stereotypical Belgian flavors.
Yeah, it's missing that banana.
What you describe as the barnyard funkiness.
Give me a little barnyard. Give me some funk. Give me a little more funk. Give me that banana
and that banana
ester.
flavor. Yep.
That would be nice. So this is our Belgian Strong, our first pass at it. As he runs off camera. Our second one. This is one we started in September. Let it sit in primary 2-3 weeks, I think it was. This is one that with, you know me and my reviews, I want a big beer. And I'm like, Pete, I want a big, thick, chewy brownie of a stout. Started in September, primary for a couple weeks, secondary for 4 months, and then we bottled it in January, let it sit in the bottles. We still got some stuff bottled, but it's been at least 2 months before we even tried it.
I would say something like that.
This is several attempts in on an Imperial Stout. What was it, 7.7?
Yeah, I think that's pretty close. Yeah. So a little on the light side of
an Imperial.
Yeah, of an Imperial for sure. But this had again your base malts: chocolate malt, black malt, roasted barley.
Look at
crystal
that.
Malt.
Of course, I poured so aggressive
Yep.
that I've got 82 fingers.
Oh
I had there.
man, look at that!
Look at the color of that head. If there's nothing else, I am so proud of the color, that rich, dark brown. That is just such a beautifully packed head.
Maybe there's a
black.
little better pour. I don't know. But
Without crutches, Pete can't get even closer to the camera. But that head just so tightly packed and dark, the dark color. It's not giving up the head much.
No, absolutely not.
And black as black. You're not seeing through that at all. This is our, I don't know, slow ride stout or something. Inspired by the Foghat tune. That coffee is
Coffee
just,
comes through loud and clear, doesn't it?
without making a coffee stout, you would swear this was a coffee stout. There is some bitter chocolate, dark chocolate in it, not the sweet chocolate that
Not
I think
the
I
milk,
would
milk chocolate
that I would
you're-
want to
yeah.
incorporate. It still gets that Food Channel
Yeah.
shaking the head. That is just, if we could add a little bit of smoothness to this, or that milk chocolate sweetness,
Is what you're after.
then we are absolutely. This is almost, it's a dark chocolate coffee stout
Yeah.
is what we hit on, and it is, the body is right there. This is, give me a spoon, I'm gonna.
Seeing a little swirl, it brings that head right back. Yeah.
Yep,
We're very good.
This is one I'm proud of everything we brew. This is one that it's like, okay, this is right about where. Our last one that we brewed was our barley wine, and that thing is gonna be, we think, 14%
14.99999.
That's sitting in secondary now till like July. That's gotta age, or that's gonna be a killer. I tried a sip of that, moving it to secondary, and it's one of those you sip and you go, boo, smooth. Oh man. Anything special we threw in here? I remember we did do some DME. We added a ton of grain to kind of bring this sucker back up, to thicken it up. And Willamette. So we got Willamette and Cascade in here.
Yep.
A side note here, we're filming this, what's today, the 5th? April 5th?
Yeah, I think
Yesterday
that's right.
I was out right by the base of my deck. I've got the root that Pete brought over, our Willamette hops, are now like 8 or 10 different little sprouts coming up. So
very
we're gonna
good.
we're
Good
gonna
to
have
know.
fresh Willamette for another batch of this, and we've got Cascade and Centennial, I think, a root of each to produce. So we'll have. So is this Cascade? Yeah.
Cascade.
We can use fresh hops,
There
our
you
own
go.
at the end. Hopefully, if the new roots produce this year. So, anyways, hey, a little Homebrew Wednesday update from me and Pete. We got to get brewing again. We got a nice little. I don't know if I want to call it West Coast style. The pale ale.
Oh,
That was
the pale
really
ale
nice for a
hit
good.
really well. A lot of folks said more hops to this than
We had
I would have expected.
We had a tasting for 42 people, and got some great feedback. But the West Coast Pale Ale, not West Coast, our Pale Ale, we call it Working Man after the Rush tune. That was really a hit. That surprised me. Trying to think of what else. The IPA, Top Jimmy,
Top Jimmy hit well.
was a hit, named after Jimmy Page, and,
Again,
and our
really-
one of our favorite Van Halen
Really
tunes.
fresh smell of the
Tons
hops.
of hop
and-
going on
yeah.
in that one.
Yep.
What else was?
I think those were the primary ones.
We had
And
about 10 different beers
of
going
course,
on. And
anybody who wanted beer that didn't taste like beer,
they got a
like
little
the cream ale.
Oh yeah, cream ale. Yep. Although it doesn't have enough adjunct and not enough corniness in it, was the feedback.
Sunshine of your love.
Yep. After the cream tune, obviously. So we got to work on that. Add some corniness, which me and Pete, maybe just talking to it, will add some corniness.
Plenty.
Anyways,
of corniness.
hey gang, Homebrew Wednesday. Thanks for watching along, and if you got ideas on how we can improve these or add that banana whatever to our Belgian, drop us a note. We'd love to grab some more knowledge from the community. Cheers, world.
Cheers.